Hey everyone, welcome back to our coverage of CES 2025. This is day 3, and let me tell you, the sheer amount of cool stuff here is absolutely bonkers. I've been trying to keep track of everything, from crazy AI-enabled home gadgets to mind-blowing car prototypes, plus a ton of innovative ways technology is creeping into every corner of our lives. So get comfy, because we've got a lot to talk about. In this recap, I'm combining everything I've seen and heard on the show floor, from the biggest car reveals to the smallest, quirkiest gadgets you never knew you needed. Let's get started. First off, I have to give a shout-out to the CES opening remarks and all the big speeches on day 3. Gary Shapiro, the CEO of the Consumer Technology Association, CTA, was talking about the theme, "Collaboration is Key." He also reminded everyone that CTA is celebrating a huge milestone, 100 years in operation, and teased his new book, Pivot or Die, which basically underscores how businesses either adapt to new technologies or risk being left behind. Another big name at CES was Martin Lundstedt, the president and CEO of Volvo Group, who delivered a keynote emphasizing how sustainable transport, especially electrification, binds societies together. Speaking of transport, I've got to mention the big unveiling from Sony and Honda, the AFEELA EV. Yes, that's spelled AFEELA. We first heard about it last year, but now we got a closer look. The AFEELA collaboration is aiming for an EV that can do up to 300 miles of range, features advanced LiDAR sensors, and has an interior that feels ultra-futuristic, complete with a new Dolby Atmos surround sound system, multiple screens, and even an option to display messages like Happy Birthday on the car's front hood. Apparently, it starts around $90,000, so not exactly budget-friendly, but the tech inside is super intriguing. Another neat tidbit is that the in-car assistant is powered by ChatGPT 4.0. That means you can literally ask your car, "Hey, how's traffic?" or "What's the quickest route to that new coffee shop?" and get a semi-conversational response, albeit the demo was a bit choppy on the show floor. Still, the idea is definitely forward-thinking. While we're on the Honda train, they also showed off some rather unique EV prototypes, the Series 0 Saloon and an SUV concept. They look out there with a distinct, edgy design vibe that might remind you a bit of the Tesla Cybertruck ethos. Very angular, very futuristic. Honda's new guiding principle for these designs is thin, light, and wise, which basically means they're aiming for more elegant, lighter EVs in 2026. We'll see how that pans out, but the concept versions at CES were definitely conversation starters. Let's stick with vehicles for a minute. BMW wowed everyone with the next-gen panoramic iDrive, a full-length head-up display that stretches across the entire windshield. It's going into their electric Neue Klasse lineup that can show you everything from your speed to your navigation to AI-driven suggestions. This might mean physical buttons are going away, though. Meanwhile, Delta Airlines' Ed Bastian took over the Sphere for a keynote about how AI and improved connectivity will revolutionize travel. They're rolling out Delta Concierge, an AI-driven voice assistant on their Fly Delta app, and also partnering with Uber so travelers can earn miles on rides. The entire keynote at the Sphere included immersive visuals of planes taking off. Talk about over the top, but hey, it's CES. Now let's jump to home tech, because there was no shortage of that on day 3. One of the biggest showstoppers was the truly wireless displaced TV. No wires at all, not even a power cord. It runs on battery power and can apparently attach itself to your wall via an active suction system. The TV uses OLED panels and can be mounted in under 10 seconds. Even better, the suction system is clever enough that, if the battery gets low, it releases an adhesive for a slow, controlled descent, so it won't just crash down. Prices are hefty in the multiple thousands, but this is the kind of futuristic gear that makes CES so fun. In a similar wow category, we've got Pocketbook's ink poster. Think of this as a giant e-ink frame for digital art, so you can swap out your wall art on a whim. And it looks more like real ink on paper than a bright display. There are 3 different sizes. The small one is $599, and it goes all the way up to a bigger piece that climbs into 4-figure territory. Definitely not cheap, but it draws minimal power, and for digital art lovers, it's pretty neat. Next up is all the cooking and food tech gear. We saw a wild concept from Carawater called the Carapod, which literally brews coffee by condensing moisture from the air. Think a built-in dehumidifier that uses that water to make your morning espresso. The folks behind it promise it's totally safe, though some testers said the flavor might taste a bit unique. Meanwhile, Igulu introduced a Keurig for craft beer. You pop in the ingredients, push a button, and let the machine handle the messy stuff like fermentation. For the folks more into gardening, Gardene's hydroponic indoor garden system lets you grow herbs and veggies with minimal fuss. Lights and watering are automated. If you want something even more outdoorsy, we saw Wonder Blocks from the Bird Buddy team. They're stackable units to attract wildlife, plus a new pedal solar-powered camera to record all your yard's visitors. But maybe you want something more functional for the yard, like avoiding the hassle of mowing or shoveling. Enter Yarbo, the do-it-all yard robot. Yarbo is modular, so you can attach a snowblower module, a leaf blower, or a lawnmower function. A dream for those of us who hate yard chores, right? Segway also had their new Navimo, sometimes spelled AIME, which is a quieter, simpler robotic lawnmower. So if you're in the market for robot yard care, CES Day 3 definitely had you covered. On the home security front, Swan showed off the Extreme 4K camera. It's an AI-driven security camera that can differentiate between friend and foe, even using a built-in assistant to verbally greet visitors or scare off intruders. Another security gadget is TCL's new Smart Lock with palm vein recognition. You walk up, hover your palm, and the door unlocks by reading your unique vein patterns. We also saw the BirdFi Feeder 2 from NetView's BirdFi line, which is a bird feeder with a built-in camera, complete with 3 lens arrays so you can watch your feathered friends from multiple angles. And in a somewhat similar vein, Realize Birdie's Smart Bird Bath claims to keep the water temperature perfect and automatically clean itself. Who knew bird baths could become high-tech? Let's shift gears and talk about smaller AI gadgets. Tewke introduced TAP, an AI-enhanced touchscreen light switch that can manage energy usage and control home automation. WeWalk debuted an AI-powered smart cane perfect for the visually impaired. It detects obstacles, syncs with navigation apps, and can give turn-by-turn directions with voice feedback. Elephant Robotics has this adorable MetaPanda AI, which is basically a super realistic robotic panda covered in artificial wool that uses AI to recognize language and emotions. And the Jethro V1 AI mouse from Shenzhen ZFF. Technology is a computer mouse with built-in voice-to-text and real-time translation, plus it can operate offline, which is awesome for privacy. A big highlight for audio folks, Kanto had 2 major reveals. One is the Kanto Rens, a new set of desktop speakers that look absolutely gorgeous in bright orange. And then on day 3, they also teased the Kanto Yuki bookshelf speakers. They're small, colorful, and rumored to cost around $199, but we can't buy them just yet. They're prototypes set for the second half of 2025. If they're anything like Kanto's other speakers, they should be big on style and solid on sound. Sticking with audio, Onkyo showcased the Creator Series, the GX10dB and GX30ARC powered monitors. They're jam-packed with connectivity from Bluetooth to USB-C, optical, HDMI, and more. Meanwhile, at the high-end side, Onkyo also revealed the Icon Hi-Fi series, which includes a P80 network preamplifier, M80 power amplifier, and a 50 integrated amp. These are made for hardcore audiophiles who want top-notch sound and are willing to pay for it. Gamers? Fear not, I didn't forget you. Razer introduced the Blade 16, rocking the all-new NVIDIA RTX 5090 GPU and an AMD AI9HX370 CPU. That thing is a beast, complete with a 240Hz OLED display and a new vapor chamber for cooling. Not to be outdone, Asus unveiled the latest ROG Strix Scar laptops, including a 16-inch and 18-inch version with up to 2.5K mini LED screens, next-gen Intel and NVIDIA GPUs, and up to 64 GB of RAM. If you've been craving over-the-top performance, either one of these is sure to handle your favorite games for years to come. More in the realm of displays, Lenovo unveiled the ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 rollable laptop, a screen that literally rolls up to expand from 14 inches to 16.7 inches with a button. We don't have a price, but it's rumored to land later this year with an Intel Core Ultra processor and plenty of power for both work and entertainment. Lenovo is definitely aiming to stand out in a sea of laptops with this one. Lastly, we can't wrap up without mentioning one of the wildest demos at CES 2025, Mojo Vision's AR contact lenses. Yes, we're talking about actual lenses you can wear on your eyes that overlay augmented reality visuals into your field of view. The potential for these is huge, from navigation to fitness to productivity. But for now, they're still in development, and Mojo Vision is being tight-lipped about the release date or pricing. Either way, this feels like a glimpse straight out of science fiction. So that's it for Day 3 of CES 2025. There's still so much more to explore and talk about, but I hope this recap gave you a taste of some of the most exciting tech trends and innovations making waves this year. Let me know which gadget or announcement impressed you the most in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the 10 Premium for more updates straight from CES. Until next time, stay tech savvy.